This will make Jets fans believe again, as quarterback Cam Ward has spoken out about the New York Jets, and Kyle McCord also had positive things to say about our favorite team, and we got to break this down here. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Jets Digest. Before we hop into the video today, only 20.4% of viewers are subscribed to the channel, so if you are not subscribed, please take a second, hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out a ton. But hopping right into what Cam Ward said, here's a quote from the man himself. Asked at the combine about the New York Jets, Cam Ward said, "I think the Jets are not too far off, maybe a couple pieces, and I'm just hoping that I can be one of them." Very exciting quote. If you are a person who wants to see Cam Ward be the next quarterback of the New York Jets, if you are someone who wants to see the New York Jets trade up in the 2025 NFL draft to go select the potential quarterback of the future in Cam Ward, big time arm, Cam Ward starting at Incarnate Ward in FCS, transferring to Washington State in the FBS, and then transferring one last time to the Power 5, now the Power 4, to the University of Miami, the U, and improving his game every single way. Now people are asking, why can't he keep doing exactly what he's doing? Why can't he just go to the NFL and continue to improve his game? It's this question that people are asking is why he is going to be the first quarterback taken off the board this year. Absolutely lighting up the league. Put himself in Heisman contention this season. Did not win it because there was a prolific cornerback prospect, but very, very good quarterback prospect. Many high-level NFL draft gurus are comparing Cameron Ward to Jordan Love, a very successful quarterback in the NFL. They're comparing him to Jordan Love because of, one, the tendency to turn the ball over, but also the big arm and the high upside that he brings to the table. So if the New York Jets were to pursue Cam Ward, it would cost a lot. Some people want to see the New York Jets make this big-time blockbuster trade. Some people don't. We know from the past that Woody Johnson definitely wants to make this trade for Cam Ward, but he isn't running the show. Darren Mougey is, of course, now our GM. Woody Johnson said he's going to take a step back and allow the people he hired to do their jobs. He has said that his actions in the past have not been the actions of a good GM, so he's going to do it a little bit differently this time around. We on Jets Digest, we as Jets fans, are just hoping that Woody Johnson is going to stick to what he said. We're hoping he is actually going to let our new GM, Darren Mougey, make this move or not make this move for Cam Ward. If you ask me, I don't want to see this move be made because I don't believe Cam Ward is a elite quarterback in the league. He turns the ball over too much, for one. The interceptions are not that high, but it's fumbles as well. Also, he has a tendency to ignore the easy play or the open play to go hunt the big time play, which worked fine in the ACC when you got Xavier Restrepo going to the league, when you have Elijah Arroyo going to the league, when you have Damian Martinez going to the league, and then maybe 2 7th-round wide receivers on the team as well. He had a great team around him. The offensive line, the defense wasn't good, which is why they weren't ranked higher and why they didn't make the playoffs, but the offense was very, very good. Cam Ward, of course, his impact on that team cannot be understated. It's also him, not just the guys around him. The thing I'm talking about when I say he ignores the easy play, there were plays where it would be like 2nd and 10, and he would just ignore an easy drag route right in front of him that could have picked up 8 to maybe even a first down, but he would ignore that to try to throw the long ball. A lot of the times it worked out for him, as evidenced by his tremendous season, but it's not the way you win in the NFL. If we look at guys like Brock Purdy, Tom Brady, they win by just taking what the defense gives them. That's all you got to do. People forget, if you get 4 yards per play, if you just by checking it down, 4 yards per play, you're never going to get stopped, because that's going to be 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2, first down, over and over and over again. All you got to do, take the short plays when the defense gives you the short plays, and then when the defense steps up to stop those short plays, that's when you go over their heads and make them pay. Cam Ward, at this moment of his career, does not know how to take what the defense is giving to him. That doesn't mean he can't learn that in the NFL. When it comes to this prospect, like I said, he's being comped to Jordan Love. Another aspect of that comparison is the fact that he needs to sit behind a quarterback who knows what he's doing for at least 1 year. Is that going to happen in New York? you already know it won't. Of course, we hope it would, but that's not going to happen if he comes here. So we can forget about that. But Cam Ward, he has all the makings of a highly drafted first-round quarterback. He's just not the type of quarterback I want to take a chance on. Usually when guys come out with the turnover-prone label, they don't figure it out in the NFL. Take a look at Sam Darnold if you want to take a look at the same type of prospect profile. I understand Josh Allen also had a turnover problem, but Josh Allen was also 6'5" with a rocket arm and insane athleticism, none of which Cam Ward has. The closest thing he has to Josh Allen, those three traits, would be he has a very good arm, but it's not on the same level as Josh Allen. But as I referenced in the opening little, thing there, another quarterback also wanted to talk about the New York Jets when he was asked at the Combine. Syracuse quarterback Kyle McCord said he grew up a Jets fan despite growing up in Pennsylvania. He has family from Long Island and wears number 6 because of Mark Sanchez. McCord would play 2-on-2 football in the backyard, Jets versus Broncos. So pretty funny because I also am from Long Island, just like some of his family. I also, when I was little playing sports, wore 6 for Mark Sanchez. So that's a pretty funny comparison there. But I see a lot of people are excited about Kyle McCord in the comment section, and I can see why he would be excited. He's got a pretty strong arm. He took a leap after he transferred last year from Ohio State into the 2024 season with Syracuse, where he's pictured in this photo right now, and where he took a big leap into the NFL draft from a guy who looked like, was benched at Ohio State, the guy who looked like he wasn't going to make anything of himself in the National Football League. Now, given guys, he's forcing scouts to take a look at him, and he's earning the respect. But the reason why I don't want to take Kyle McCord is because I went back to the 2019 NFL draft and took a look at every single quarterback being drafted from the 3rd round to the 7th round. I did not count the 2024 draft because we don't know how those quarterbacks are going to work out. But 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. There were 32 quarterbacks taken in between rounds 3 and round 7. One of those 32 quarterbacks worked out, that quarterback being Brock Purdy. The hit rate on that, I'm going to do the math right now actually. The hit rate on that is obviously really, really bad. It's a 3% chance, just barely higher, 3.125% chance that it's going to be a successful starting quarterback in the NFL. Now, why would I be excited to take a shot on those odds when we can take a player who can actually help the team? That's why we on Jets Digest believe that the move for the Jets is going to be not to take a shot on a quarterback in those later rounds, and is to actually go out and get a really good prospect at the top of the draft that we believe is coming in 2026. We think that draft class is going to be really, really good. I see people arguing, but Matt, what if it looks like the 2021 draft class with Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson and Trey Lance and Mac Jones and Justin Fields? We thought that draft class was going to be so good. And I would say, you're right. But I would argue, what if it turns out like the 2020 draft class where we had Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua, Jalen Hurts? The point is, we don't know how these guys are going to turn out before we draft them and actually see how their careers are going out or are turning out. But what we do know, another stat I want to bring up, out of the AFC, since 2012 when Joe Flacco went to the Super Bowl, the AFC champion, the team representing the AFC in the Super Bowl, has been, their starting quarterback has been Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, or Joe Burrow. Those are elite quarterbacks. So looking at what the New York Jets, the blueprint of what they need to create, they need an elite quarterback. 2, or B, the math tells us that quarterback will not come from rounds 3 to 7. This is why me and Chris we think the best path to sustained winning is going to be to get at the top of the first round next season. Maybe they win some games and have to trade up. Maybe they don't win a lot of games and don't have to trade up. Obviously, we don't want to watch losing football, but I truly believe if the Jets win like 6 or 7 games next season, it's going to lead to losing the next year and the next year and the next year, because it's going to cost us the chance at that potentially elite quarterback at the top of the draft. So I know people don't like to hear us talk about tanking, but I truly believe tanking for 1 year will lead to the as little losing as possible over the next 5 seasons. That's why we're looking for that. We're not anti-Jets because we don't want them to win for 1 year. That's just, I've laid out the math why I don't want to draft a quarterback in the rounds 3 to 7. I understand it's a fun pick. I also understand that is the highest upside. Brock Purdy, I mean, any quarterback taken from rounds 4 to 7, if they are your starting quarterback, that is a crazy value win on that draft selection. I understand that. This is also one of the reasons why Jordan Travis, me and Chris, don't talk about him all that often. He's just, the math tells us he is not the Jets' answer long term. And that's not even taking into account his injury. So I do want to see Jordan Travis get a shot next year, but as far as these quarterbacks go, I have different reasons for both of them, but I don't want to see either one of them drafted to the New York Jets, although I do want to thank them for their kind words for our team, even though we have not made the playoffs in 14 years. So that's what I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and as always, go Jets.